People, what's going on? What's going on? As you guys know, it was a beautiful weekend this weekend. People, we're going through it right now. I'm always telling you guys about what's going on in the stock market, the crypto market, life itself. For the last couple of years, I've been talking about this for a moment, telling you guys that we could be heading for a recession. And as you guys can see, there's a big change in the market happening. The bill is going on. Shouts out to one of my mentees. And the bill is amazing. Very intelligent brother. Shouts out to the Middle East. We're going to be talking about what's happening right now. How far down could the crypto and stock market go? Are we in a recession? Are we close? A lot of people are trying to figure out where are we economically. As you guys know, I'm a life coach, investor, entrepreneur, an individual teaching you guys, of course, financial literacy, so you guys can, of course, financially win. For the last couple of years, I've been talking about this whole recession, and I said it's coming very soon. I could say, honestly, I've been talking about it for maybe 4 to 5 years, and I've been saying at the end of the day, you just don't know when it could happen. Make sure you prepare yourself. A couple months ago, I gave a video explaining to you guys how you prepare yourself, which is, of course, making sure you have good credit, make sure you have good savings. And for a lot of you that like to put losses on your tax returns, I don't think that's going to be the best idea for you, especially in the market that's slowly coming right now. Right now, we have the stock market, we have the crypto market, we have the real estate market, and we got a lot of adjustments that's going to be happening. And as you guys know, everybody else in my stock trading chat room, I spoke about this maybe 2 years ago, and I was explaining to you guys the importance of understanding how inflation works. I always talk to you guys about the importance of who Jerome Powell is, and how when the president became the president, when Biden became the president, how quantitative easing, just simply meaning when money comes in, when too much money comes into the market, the macro and micro market, how could that affect the economy as a whole? And now you guys are seeing it happen. Right now, we're currently, when we talk about interest rates, we're at roughly 5.1, 5.5. That's hoping that you have great credit, 800 or above, great savings, and great bank statements, great tax returns in order to even get 5.2, 5.5. We're slowly heading into 6% momentarily. Now, at what point do you feel, I know a lot of people are deeming me, at what point do I feel that the market could really just pull back and give such an aggressive pullback where that we've been waiting for a lot of us have been waiting for the real estate market to pull. I think coming into maybe a 7.5 interest rate, 7.2 could really shift the dynamics of the macro economy. And one of the reasons is I want you guys to understand, last week, maybe Thursday or Wednesday, Jerome Powell stated that he increased interest rates 50 basis points. The moment he did that, the following day, the stock market tanked. It tanked from where it was already tanking. Now, you guys could understand in the next month, they do an adjustment to see where the economy is. He's stating there could be 3 to 4 more hikes within just this year. One thing I first and foremost want to tell you guys, one company that makes a lot of money off interest rates, as you guys know, is banks. Of course, the more they could charge you guys interest, the more money they can make long term. But again, how does it affect you? It affects you in a lot of different ways, right? We all know right now inflation is at an all-time high. It's costing us so much money to just be alive. It's costing us so much money for meat, for domestic products, car insurance, health insurance, any type of insurance, home insurance. Everything is sky high. I mean, I just got my new car insured, and a car that would normally get insured for maybe $300 full coverage, they just told me $658 full coverage. I mean, it's crazy. Then what do? You got to insure certain things of your life, and you got to do what you got to do, right? Now, I want you guys to understand why did I shoot the video a couple months ago in regards to the importance of making sure you go harder than you normally go. Because as you guys can see, it's costing you more money to buy the same product. But for a lot of you, you're still making the same amount of money. Nothing has changed with your fixed income. Now, the problem is you're going to be left behind if you don't adjust the dynamics of that. Because, again, that's why I always talk about adding skills to your lifestyle, because right now we're very close to going to a recession. For these individuals that bought these homes at these high-ass prices, okay, that's way over market, just because they got a low down payment, because the interest rates are so low, whatever the case may be, you're going to feel what's going to happen, because here's the honest truth. Imagine you bought a home at $600,000 6 months ago, and interest rates keep increasing. The problem is your $600,000 home is now worth maybe $200,000. Let's say, for example, there's a 75% drop in the real estate market by the end of next year. You got to understand something. Your equity is, well, some of you bought so high, there is no equity. So you were in the negative before you even bought the home. And this is why I was telling people, a lot of people were DMing me, should you buy because interest rates are low? And I was like, look, if you're going to ask me that question, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion. That doesn't make sense, my opinion. Because the goal of life when you buy a real estate property is to buy low, gain the equity, okay, and be able to leverage that to maybe start a business or maybe buy a second property. For a lot of us who come from low income type of lifestyles, a lot of us are not raised with a silver spoon in our mouth. We didn't get the privilege of having, you know, $200,000, $300,000 or $2-3 million left behind for us when we passed away. So when you invest into one of the most expensive investments of your life, which is a home, because remember, you're in debt for 30 years when you buy a home. You want to make sure you buy that home right. Now, for a lot of you, the problem you ran into is you decided to listen to a realtor that didn't know what they were talking about and told you, go ahead and buy the home way above market. Now you're excited. Oh my God, we closed. I bought my first home. Now here's the problem. You bought your first home way over market. And in the next 1 or 2 years, the market pulls back, let's say a 70% drop. You have a real problem. Your mortgage, you still have to pay it. Your home is not worth what it was worth. You had no equity from the moment you bought the home, and now you're stuck. While other people are looking at the market like, wow, homes are down almost 75%. This is a blowout sell in the real estate market. This is a great time to buy. This is a great time to buy and hold if I were you. Because why? If you buy and hold, you could collect a rent. And if you collect the rent, let's say, for example, you're collecting Section 8 rent because we all know it's guaranteed. 5 to 7 years from now, guess what's beautiful? You just bought 2 homes or 3 homes, hypothetically. You bought 2 or 3 homes that was just in 2021 and 2022, $600,000. You bought it for $150,000, $200,000, and you're renting them out. And guess what? 6 years, 7 years later, you sold those $200,000 homes for $700,000. You just made $1 million. And what's beautiful, you got to understand, when the market pulls back, when it retracts, the first thing people do is they want to rent. And they will rent at any price because there's so many individuals living above their means, they can't afford the home that they're currently in. If they lose their job, and that's naturally what happens when a recession happens. A lot of these companies start to furlough, start to fire, whatever term we want to use, lay off workers. So now these workers don't have income. They can't afford this big, humongous house that they have with this big, humongous mortgage. They have to run to renting somewhere that's affordable. Now, you hope that they come running to you because the best thing is one man's debt is another man's income. You want their debt to be your income. People, I'm just giving you guys raw, honest facts. This is how it's going to work. When there's a recession, the stock market tanks badly. And this is one of the reasons why the post I put this morning, I said, if I were you, I would not buy thinking I'm going to average down right now. A lot of you are trying to average down your stocks. You got to understand we still have more to go. Because as long as the Jerome Powell is continuously increasing interest rates, the tanking is not going to stop. It has to first peak before it stops. Now, the question is, where is its peak? We're at 5.5, roughly 6% to buy a home now compared to a couple months ago where it was just 2.75. It's not done yet. Homes have to go to maybe 6.75, 7.25. Then it gets to a point where money is so unaffordable, people who are selling their homes have to drop their price. Then they're going to realize that a lot of people are buying a home, they're going to drop their price even further. Then what happens is we go into a soft recession or soft pullback. Those individuals who were trying to sell their homes can't sell them. Hypothetically, some of them lost their jobs. And some of them was living check to check. You got to really think, this is how this whole thing works. There is millions of Americans living check to check, have no savings. If they lost their job for 30 days, they wouldn't know how to function. Then, of course, a lot of them are going to run to what? Unemployment. Then, of course, you're going to hear unemployment ran out of money, just like in California. And now you have these people giving up their homes. Now, if you're a smart individual, you've been watching my videos, you should be in a position to understand. In the last 6 months, Bobby kept saying, prepare yourself for the opportunity. And how do you prepare yourself for the opportunity? You have good credit, have good savings, make sure your tax returns don't have too many losses, because I get it. And at the end of the day, make sure you are prepared to take down an opportunity. Make sure you get connected with a lender. I would recommend you get connected with a lender now to see where you are financially. Because when this market pulls back or we go into a recession, which some of us believe we're already in a recession, we're just on the tip of it. You got to understand home prices are going to drop so drastically. People are going to get afraid to even put their money in the real estate market, crypto market, stock market. Right now, this is just a soft touch. We still got a lot more downsizing to go in the market. People really think about it. Bitcoin was what, at $68,000? A couple months ago, I said, guys, this thing might even hit 20,000. Some people laughed at me because why? It was at 68,000. Now Bitcoin is at 31. It's not done yet. See, I'm waiting to see when Bitcoin could break 25,000. Once it breaks 25,000, it's coming to maybe 20. I personally feel if we could go into a recession, Bitcoin might come back down to maybe $10,000, $8,000, which will be a great opportunity for a lot of us. Because here's what's funny about this whole crypto market too. All of a sudden, it's working hand in hand with the stock market in a weird way. Because as the stock market tanks, the economy tanks, crypto tanks. Because look at Solana, what, $67? Okay, look at CRO. Was that, what, $1? Now it's back to 28 cents. People, you got to understand, Doge is maybe 12 cents. Remember, it was at 70 cents? And I told a lot of you, be careful with Doge. Because now Doge is back to what, 12, 13 cents? It's not done yet. Imagine Doge comes back to 1 cent or 0.00, wherever it's at. People, you gotta understand, control your emotions and wait for this thing to collapse. And if you have good savings while people are running away from all these markets, you should be jumping in if I were you. But make sure you do your due diligence. This is not financial information, it's just educational information. People, right now, we are in a very hard time. The market is constantly tanking. As you can see behind me, if you can, the stock market has had another bad day, and it's tanking very aggressively. And it's not going to really go up anytime soon. Because Jerome Powell is going to speak next month again. Because every month there's something called a FOMC meeting. And the FOMC meeting, they're going to pretty much look at monetary policy. They're going to look at interest rates and make a decision should they continuously increase. And they need to increase more because they have to stabilize the market. So if this increase just did what it's doing to the market, what would 2, 3, 4 more of these really do to the crypto market and stock market? It could tank stocks down to maybe 97% below where they're at right now. Now, here's the good thing for us, right? If you're a smart person and you're in the market, which I am, I'm down a lot of money in that market because when I ended up making a whole leap of money, last year or the year before, I ended up reinvesting it back into the market, saying to myself, it's not like I really need the money. Let me just hold it in there long term. Now, I wish I would have sold. Sometimes you're wrong. I wish I would have sold because right now, this would have been a great time to at least buy maybe 20% worth. Maybe spend $100,000, $200,000 in the market to warm up. Then let the market crash maybe to the point where maybe January next year, I'm feeling by January, February next year, the market should be really at a real down point to the point where this is how I'm going to know when the market is tanking so right, where it's time for me to buy some more of certain things. When you start to hear people, when I like to go on Google and type in how many people are researching the word Bitcoin. For the last couple months, every month it decreases. It once was 190% of people are researching the word Bitcoin. Then it went down to 150, then it went to 120, then it went to 80. Now it's at 60% of people are researching the word Bitcoin. I like to wait till it says maybe less than 2% of people are researching the word cryptocurrency of Bitcoin. That lets you know it's a great time to buy, and that lets you know also the whole market is down. Because again, all these crypto gurus and crypto gods that was out there, you're not going to really hear them talk right now. Because this market does something very consistent. Every 2 to 4 years, it starts to lift again. But it always has to pull back, and it pulls back very aggressively with the economy. Now, we ask ourselves a question: how far down can crypto go? How far down can Bitcoin go, right? Bitcoin I personally would love to see it. My personal opinion, I'd love to see it at $6,000. That would be amazing. If I see Bitcoin at 6,000, and you got to say how everything works. If Bitcoin goes to 6,000, that means every other coin is going to drop behind it. So that means also the stock of Coinbase, where a lot of people buy their crypto, that's going to probably tank from, imagine that was at 480 and now it's at 90 bucks. It should probably be at $15. So the question is going to be at that point, should you buy the stocks that move in correlation with Bitcoin? Should you buy Bitcoin if it tanks to that level? Or see, my personal opinion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably buy Coinbase stock. I feel I'm more of a stock guy, so I feel if Coinbase goes to, it was at 480, it dropped to 90 as of right now. If Coinbase ticker COIN goes to maybe $12, I'm gonna go ahead and get a piece of that. I really like it at $12, $10, or $8 if it could keep tanking. Because as Bitcoin keep tanking, everything else going to keep tanking. Then, of course, what happens is emotionally, a lot of people get uncomfortable. They got to sell everything because, oh, my God, I'm about to lose all my money. This is why I say investing is not for everybody. Investing is not for everybody. People, you got to understand, investing is always long term. Now, the question is, you got to ask yourself, are you comfortable with what's about to happen in the market? Are you prepared for the opportunity that's about to happen? Because the honest truth is, all these markets look like they're about to fully crash. And two of them are crashing very aggressively. I don't trade Forex, so I can't speak on Forex. But when it comes to crypto, I am an investor in crypto. I just do not have Bitcoin, and I always said I won't buy Bitcoin unless it goes back to an all-time low. And my version of an all-time low, especially seeing it go to $68,000, I like to maybe go, if Bitcoin could go back to maybe $7,000, I'll go ahead and buy 2, 3 of those at that price, because I know in the next 3 to 4 years, they're gonna hype it back up, and next minute it might hit 100,000. So you got 3, 4 of those at 6,000. In 4 years, you may have $1,000,000, which is sweet off of a $24,000 investment. If you buy, let's say 3, 4 of those, people be smart. Now, Nabil says, hold on, if it is doing well, if you know what you're doing. Oh, see, somebody just commented on Forex. Yeah, I don't invest, I don't trade Forex, but somebody said Forex is doing pretty well. Now, here's my funny thing about Forex, right? Forex, for a lot of you that may not know, you're pretty much buying and selling currency for currency. The yen versus the dollar. What is that? Well, I don't think Good is there, which is the Haitian currency. Let's say peso versus the yen and stuff like that. Here's the problem, right? The problem I have with Forex is that I never traded it. But I've never heard any super wealthy person say that they're into Forex. I've never heard a super successful person say that they invested their money into Forex. I even hear people say super wealthy people say they bought crypto. But I never hear a super wealthy person say that, oh, I got a portfolio of Forex, or I trade Forex. I've never heard that. That's one of the reasons I'm one of those individuals, I don't like to reinvent the wheels on certain aspects of life. Wealthy people like to put their money in 2 things: stocks for long-term wealth, crypto. Oh no, stocks and actually real estate. Crypto is now this new thing, but again, a lot of wealthy people are putting their money in crypto, but it's usually stocks and real estate. And in real estate, they always put their money for long-term growth by creating passive income. In stocks, they always put it in there for long-term growth through appreciation of the stock or also dividends. I never really hear people talking about wealthy people, billionaires, multimillionaires, say that they have a portfolio of Forex. That's not something you hear too much about. Shouts out to AX, what's popping, man? Split feet in the building. People, today we're talking about, are we going into a recession? We're currently at 6% interest rate. I mean, it was sweet a couple months ago when the interest rate was like 2.75. Home prices was to the roof. I've just read a newsletter explaining that luxurious homes have just plateaued for the first time in 5 years. They have gotten to a position where they're not really going any higher in the last 30 days, in the last 5 years. And I keep talking to you guys. I've been telling you guys for a moment, we're soon going to go into a recession, or we're going to have a very drastic pullback. For some of you that's thinking you're going to average down into this market, you're going to hurt yourself, because none of us know where the bottom is. Where's the bottom of Bitcoin going to be at? 30,000, 25,000, 20,000? Where's the bottom of stocks going to be? You bought a stock at 40. It's at, I don't know, $5. Are you at the bottom? Is $2 the bottom? Is $5 the bottom? Is $1 the bottom? We don't know. So it's imperative that you make sure, I'm telling you, the best thing you could do is get prepared for the real estate market when it crashes. See, I've been telling you guys I'm looking for a building. I'm very happy to put my dollars into a building. I've been saving. I'm gonna just keep saving because again, I might catch me a building that was just $2 million. I might catch it for 700. I'm go ahead and just grab that and let 20 people pay me rent. That's where I'm at with it. See, people, you gotta think and you gotta be prepared for an opportunity. Man, Spliff, what's poppin'? What's good, baby? All love, man. Appreciate you, man. I'm glad to just always give all of us knowledge and just gems to really give us a sense of direction. Because I know some of us right now are not really seeing what's happening. And I'm getting a lot of DMs on when should I buy? At what point should I buy some more crypto? To me, if you're gonna put your money in any of these markets right now, definitely not the real estate market. That's one area you don't want to put your money in right now. Because imagine, home prices are still up. Interest rates are to the roof at 6%, 5.8, 5.5, when they were just at 2.75. Unless you're in a tertiary market, you might find deals. And what I want you to understand, no matter what I say on this live, there is always tertiary markets that have great opportunities. If you understand your numbers, be careful, because even if you buy a property in a tertiary market and you're trying to flip it, don't forget what's happening right now. Interest rates have increased to 5.5, 5.7, 5.8. There's a problem. Even if you flip the property, can you find somebody who could afford the mortgage, because their interest rates may put them in a position where they can't afford the mortgage to buy your property so they could get a loan. So now you're putting yourself in a position where you have to get a cash buyer or a conventional buyer. So really pay attention to what's going on. Marlene, what's going on with you? We're talking about the stock market. We're talking about the crypto market. We're talking about the market as a whole. Are we going into a recession? Are we here right now? Are we on the tip of the iceberg of the recession? Stock markets are tanking like there's no tomorrow. Stock that was once maybe 500 is at $60. Stocks that was at 1,700 have dropped. Shopify was at 1,800. It's now at 300. People, it's something else. How low can you go? Can you go down low? How low can you go? People, if I were you, stay tight. Make sure you're saving. Fix your credit. Oh, Jakari, what's going on? I didn't even know who that is. The franchise 319 in the building. Shout out to Jakari, one of my clients. He's amazing. Shout out to the brother. The brother's really trying to elevate. I like what he got going on, man. The net, what's going on? People, we're trying to figure out, should we invest into this market? I would recommend you take time. You take time to really think about what's happening. The market has a lot more lowering to go. If I were you, I can't tell you what to do. This is just educational information. I would not buy any stocks right now. I would not buy any crypto right now. And I would just wait, because we are slowly going into a recession, like I told you guys. I know a lot of you heard me say 3-4 years ago. I said, in the last couple of years, we're going to really go. And I said 2 years ago, when Biden became president, I said, uh-oh. All this PPP money, all this stimulus money. I said, oh, man, I can't wait. We're going into a recession. It's coming real soon. Because once you do that type of foolishness, it's bound to happen. We have supply issues. We have inflation issues. We have Americans who don't have any savings in their bank account. There is Americans right now who just got their tax return 4 months ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, who are struggling. We have a whole world of high interest rates. We have a war going on. Look at the different dynamics happening. We have Chinese regulation going on to the point where some stocks are Chinese stocks they're going to be delisting themselves from the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. The question is, what should you be doing with this market? Let it tank, let it tank, let it tank. I'll give you guys another update as the months go on. But I feel the moment we get to roughly 7.5, 7.25 on the interest rate, we are in a territory where loans is unaffordable at that point for anybody. At that point, homeowners have to drop their prices because they're not getting any offers. And then eventually what happens is, while inflation is constantly increasing and we're trying to stabilize it, which we won't stabilize it, we're going to go into a strong recession. And in this recession, you guys got to understand, you got to ask yourself, where do you want to allocate your money? Where do you want to buy? Where do you want to invest? Because in a recession, the real estate market is going to be down. The stock market is going to be down. And crypto going to be down to the floor. And the question you got to ask yourself, where's the best place to park your money? And then remember, wherever you park your money, don't look at it for the next year. You got to think about it 5 years from now. Whatever I invest into, if I buy 2 duplexes that was once, I don't know, 600,000, it's at 150. I'm going to be able to sell them maybe 7 to 8 years from now. You got to see that long-term picture. Some of you that's into, remember, when the recession happened in 2008, Bank of America stock went from, what, $30-something to $3, $2. People. What we had during COVID with the stock market was a soft drop. Stocks went down 60, 70%, maybe for 8 months and shot back up. This is not going to be the same. Luckily, there's more diameters and more contingencies put in place to try to hold up the market. But no matter how you look at it, this market is going to pull back. The question is, where do you place your dollars? Do you put it in the stock market if it pulls back? Or are you already in the stock market, so the stock market's not something you're really interested in? You're just going to let whatever stocks you have in there just float. I'm already too heavily invested in the stock market, and I'm down. So in my mind, I'll just wait for the next 5 years. I ain't got time for that. So I know I'm going to be all in the real estate market. I'm looking for buildings. I'm looking for apartments. Any building that was just 1.5 million. If a seller wants to sell it for 600,000, your boy right here, I'm coming in. I'm coming in to try to collect rent from 12, 15 people a month. That's how I'm looking. And then 8 years from now, I just bought it for what, 600,000. I'm selling it for $2.5 million. You see how this works? But you have to be prepared. You have to be saving. You have to put in the work to put money in your account to be able to take these projects down. Because some of you, if an opportunity came right now for some of you to put, I don't know, a home is 700,000, okay, it drops to 200,000, okay, 20% of 200,000, that's $20,000. Some of you don't have 20,000. Okay, do you have 10,000? Okay, do you have 5,000? Hold on, let me get this right. A recession happens next year. The market crashes. Real estate pulls back. Stock market tanks to the floor. Bitcoin goes from 31,000 down to $7,000. You telling me you didn't buy nothing? You didn't buy nothing? All you did was watch the opportunity pass you by? When you were watching Bobby's lives, Mr. Mentourme, did you take notes? Did you really do what he said in his video? Did you make sure you saved? Did you fix your credit? Did you prepare your tax returns? Because again, I'm already positioning you what the lender is going to need if you're trying to come into the world of real estate to take down a project that just tanked. Put that sucker on Section 8. If you could get 2-3 of them, 2-3 condos or 2-3 townhouses that just went down 80% in price, people that are 80% in value. At the end of the day, you got to take them down. I don't care how you take them down. You got to take them down. Because people, we're not going to see this opportunity again if this market crash until another 13 to 14 years again. So for all of you that's buying these expensive cars, expensive watches, buying all type of wrong material things that's not going to put no money in your pocket, you need to focus on the economy right now and what's in it for you if it pulls back and tanks. What should you take down? Should you put your money in the stock market? You guys just seen Bitcoin at 68,000. If Bitcoin go to 6,000, do you buy 1 or 2 and hold for 4 years? Because you already know that's 200,000 you're gonna have in your pocket off of a $12,000 investment. The question is, can you hold 4 years? Can you hold 5 years for Bitcoin to shoot back up again? I see a couple comments. People, put your comments below before I get back off. Today, just to reset the room while people are joining on. Shout out to everybody on IG, Facebook. We're talking about, are we in a recession? Interest rates are at 6%. Home prices are to the roof. Money's becoming unaffordable. We have supply issues. China has regulation issues. The federal chairman is about to increase interest rate next month again. So that means we're about to drop even further below in the stock market. Interest rates are about to go higher. That means a lot of people who own homes, who are selling homes, they're going to want to drop their prices because nobody's begging them to buy their house anymore. Then what happens if we get a pullback? If the market crashes, it's an opportunity for you to buy. It's a blowout sale. It's like a blowout sale at the mall, a blowout sale at H&M, a blowout sale at Zara. It's time for you to invest. The question is, are you prepared? I always tell a lot of you to increase your credit limits. Because remember, a lot of you, I told you about what happened when I ended up taking $100,000 off my credit card, which they gave me at a one-time fee of 4%. I ended up taking that money, put it in the stock market, doubling it. gave them the $4,000 back, which is a joke. They let me hold $100,000 for a one-time fee of $4,000. Bank of America, shout out to Bank of America. But again, I have credit cards that have those high limits on them, 100,000, 80,000, 200,000. You have to really think about what you're doing. Increase your credit card limits, especially if you're with Bank of America. Shouts out to Bank of America. And I always tell my clients, people, if there's one person you should bank with, it's not for the banking experience. It's for the leverage side. That's why I like Bank of America. It's not for the banking experience. Bank of America customer service is real light. They barely be having workers in their shop. But what I like about them is, when the economy is hurting, they're quick to give you your credit limits for some ridiculously low interest rate for at least 12 months to 18 months. Imagine getting to borrow $200,000 or $100,000 off your credit card for 2%, for 3%, for 12 months. People, do you know what you could do with that if you have the right people around you? You could flip a couple condos because the market, it's crashing. You need capital. You need dollars. You need liquidity. Where are you going to get liquidity from? I hope you're not the ones watching. Oh my God, man, that sounds like a good deal. I wish I could have did something. You see, you wasn't listening. You wasn't listening. You wasn't putting yourself around people like myself. You weren't putting yourself around people to say, okay, we got to figure what we got to do. Hey, ladies, look, this is what y'all should be doing this weekend. Look, you know what? We got to figure out. I was listening to this man's live. His name is Mr. Mentourme. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but something about him seemed realistic, okay? He was talking about the whole market might crash. We need to get our credit together. I mean, we need to put our money together because we just never know if the market crashes. Is this something y'all ladies interested in, even the fellas? You talking to your boys, you're having a couple drinks. Are you guys having a conversation on, man, well, how are we going to take this market down together collectively? Because that's going to be the best way to take some of these properties down. Because if you only got $40,000 in your bank account or even $20,000, I want to tell you straight up right now, by the time you take down one property, you already ran out of money. You already ran out of money. So it's imperative you really open up and say, let me work together collectively with other people, because that's the only way you're going to win. I see a couple comments. Put your comments below if you have any questions for me in regards to the stock market. Any questions in regard to the crypto market, any questions in regard to real estate. As you guys know, I'm a realtor. I'm also a commercial realtor. I focus more on commercial real estate, selling buildings, selling apartments. But again, I have done residential real estate. I'm very familiar in that particular area too. I've done a lot of investing in real estate. So I just carry the license more on the residential side to flip deals. And right now I'm currently working on 1 or 2 deals right now as we speak. Had a couple deals in the pipeline that didn't come through. That would have made me a lot of money, but at the end of the day, it's a part of life. Let me answer a couple questions. Billy D. Williams says, should we sell the crypto and rebuy cheaper or just hold? I recommend you simply hold for sure. Don't lose any dollars right now. But if you ask me right now, is this the best time to buy more crypto? No. The crypto market got at least, to me, another 60%, at least 60% more. I wouldn't be surprised Bitcoin, like I said, I feel it's going to be at $10,000, $8,000. I wouldn't buy right now. Not at all. It's going to do, because if you pay attention to the charts of Bitcoin, just go back 10 years. Watch the charts every 4 years. Just watch it. Watch the drops and put a percentage to how much of a drop does it do. It does sometimes a 78% drop. It's not done. It's not done. It's not done dropping. If this market crash, Bitcoin is going to go to the number I told you. It might go to $10, $9, or $8,000. And now you have analyst individuals are on TV now. They're changing their whole approach. A couple of months ago, oh, this thing would never go under 30. It will never go under 28. We're not even worried about 30 or 28 or 25. That we know it's going to go there. That's not where I'm more focused on. Can it hit 12? Can it hit 9? Can it hit $8,000? And if it does, think about all the other coins that move behind it. And if that's the case, you could imagine, where would Doge be? Where is Doge going to be? I know some of you love Doge. Where is Shiba going to be? Where is Ethereum going to be? Which is one of the best coins to have. If Ethereum goes back to $300, $200, $150, or even $80, did you guys see Ethereum today? Just alone, it dropped, what, $800? And it's not done because people Next month, Jerome Powell is going to speak again, the federal chairman of the United States. He's going to increase rates again next month. Every first Friday he's talking. If he increased rates again, we're in another drop just like this, even worse. And he said he has to do it 3 to 4 more times, hoping that he could do what we call, AKA, a soft landing to restabilize the economy. There's no way it's going to be soft. We have supply issues. We have China. We have inflation. We have too many dollars in the economy. We have a lot of people working check to check. The GDP numbers are incorrect right now. It's ridiculous. People really pay attention to the macro market, not just the micro market. I'll take any questions. Marlene say, do you still think it's a good time to buy a house? I wouldn't buy a house right now. No way. No way. I think buying a house right now is not the best choice, in my opinion. Interest rates are too high. You're paying roughly $800 to $2,800 higher than you were paying 2 years ago when they dropped the interest rates to 2.75%. Because right now, the lowest you could probably get a home, if you're lucky, if you can find the right lender, maybe 5.2, 5.3%. If you can find that. And again, so that means the same mortgage you was getting for maybe $1,400, you're paying probably $2,200 right now. That's ridiculous. And you're going to pay $2,200. On top of that, you're going to pay a very high price for the home. Now, if you could find a deal, because there's always a deal in real estate. There's always a deal somewhere. You might have to fight for it, but if you could find a deal in the real estate market, there's nothing wrong with taking a deal if that's something you're interested in. But for me, I'm not buying a property in this market. Interest rates are too high. Home prices are too high. Too much inflation. This makes no sense to buy a home in this aggressive market, in my personal opinion. But great question. Buying a new construction home is a good idea. It was a good idea until the interest rates went up. It was a great idea because what a lot of people were doing, if you guys didn't know, you could have simply bought new construction homes, let's say at low interest rate at 2.75. And by the time the home was done, built 6 months later, you already sold it to somebody else and you made a quick $100,000. It was a great time to buy a new construction home. If you do buy a new construction home right now, you're buying with material costs being at the highest it's ever been. You're going to buy at a very high price. And also your loan is going to be at a very high number. And remember, you're buying a home where you're building at the highest peak, where there's no value in that home other than the fact that you bought a new home. The only good thing you will be able to get to say to your friends is, I bought a new home. I bought a new construction home. But remember, the purpose of buying a home or investing into a 30-year mortgage, okay, is to leverage equity, to buy something that's in a good neighborhood, to leverage equity as the home builds in value. You're able to pull out a HELOC or cash out refi to be able to invest and maybe buy another property to build legacy, to build wealth. What happens with this market right now, where a lot of you want to buy new construction homes at the worst ARV, the highest price that's ever been? Do you understand, when the market crashed, you are stuck. You are stuck. The only person that's stuck with that mortgage is you for 30 years. Makes no sense. Not my personal opinion. I would not buy in this market. Eric, what's going on with you? Resistance at 30,000 for Bitcoin. If it doesn't hold at 30, ooh, Eric, don't say that. Eric, don't say it. Eric, don't say it. People, y'all hear to hear first. Eric just said the resistance is at 30K, meaning people, meaning it's sitting at 30. Eric says if it doesn't hold at 30, expect it to fall to $20,000 Bitcoin prices. If Bitcoin doesn't sit or stabilize at 20, expect it to go to maybe $12,000 or $10,000. Then you will type in Google, like I always do, how many people are researching the word Bitcoin. I type that sentence probably every week. You will see the number will decrease every single week. I remember when Bitcoin went back to $7,000, $8,000 or $5,000, I think it went to 4. They say it was less than 1% of people researching the word Bitcoin and crypto. That was the time to invest into the crypto market. This is why I never wanted to buy Bitcoin at such high prices, because I know it loves to do this. Every couple of years it shoots. Now, I want to say this. In the next 4 to 6 years, do you believe Bitcoin could hit 100,000? 100%. 100%. But will it hit it before tanking so aggressively? No, it has to tank. This thing has been shooting up so aggressively, I can't even control the return on investment at a certain point. Well, I don't even know what's the ROI of Bitcoin, but I want to tell you this. Because now it's moving identically with the stock market, as the market tanks, the crypto market's tanking. Oh, Bitcoin could drop. Bitcoin could drop past 20. It could go to 15. It could go to 12. It could go to 8. I'm telling you right now. If this real estate market tanks, if this stock market tanks, how it's continuously tanking, if we go into a recession, Bitcoin will go back to $7,000 to $6,000. And I told you guys this. I'm gonna find the video when I spoke about this last year when it was at 68. I was already calling out that it's gonna come back to $10,000. When it was at 68,000, I said, guys, this thing is coming back to 10,000. Y'all can follow the hype all you want. I'm telling you, because the charts can't lie to you to a certain degree. Because it keeps doing the same trend. Shoots up, surpasses what it did 4 years prior, then shoots back down. I'm actually see if I can get a chart to show you what I'm looking at. And it does the same thing. So my thing is now it has to pull back. Will it hit 20? Yeah, it could hit 20. It could hit 20 very easily. For this thing to drop from 40 to 30, that's nothing. Because again, it did that before this year. Can it hit to maybe 28, 27, 25? People, what happens? People, you got to understand people's emotions too. If Bitcoin hits $15,000, $20,000, you understand how scared people are about to be? Because people are not used to this. They're going to sell everything. They're going to go on Coinbase, sell, 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 sell. And while they're selling, Coinbase is tanking. FTX is tanking. These are all the platforms you're buying. See, Crypto.com is tanking. BNB is going to be tanking. Binance tanking. Everything tanking. And you just lay back, put your foot up, just relax. Lay back, put your foot up, and just relax. I would love to get Solana back at $2. I want that, right? $2, $3. I love, just relax with Solana. I like Solana. I like Ethereum. Just relax. You know, and I could imagine if those tank, where is Shiba? Where is the ones that people love because they're so cheap? The Doge, the ones that don't even fix a problem, that have no value at a certain point. You could imagine. I like how Elon Musk did this. Shouts out to Eric. I like how Elon Musk go say, look, you could now buy, I think you could buy on Elon Musk's website, you could buy a hat or a belt with Doge. People, did you understand what he did? You bought a belt for maybe $2. You go put it on your website for $100. It didn't say that, oh, you could use Doge to buy a $2 belt. At the end of the day, the only person winning is Elon Musk. Because at the end of the day, the how crypto markets, how it's so volatile in value. I said, why didn't he? See, it's so funny. Why couldn't he do that with the car? If he really believed in Doge and all these cryptos as he make it seem, except Ethereum. Ethereum is very powerful. Why couldn't he if he felt it was so stable, why couldn't he let you buy one of his cars with Ethereum? Because he knew by the time it transferred over to him, just because of the blockchain technology, he lost value. So he didn't want to take that risk. So he thought smart, okay, just to hype up that Twitter market and that social media world that believes in anything he says, let me give you something, a belt. I think it's a belt he actually lets you buy Doge with. The belt probably bought it for $2, $1. And at the end of the day, he's not losing nothing. Because if he puts it for $100 and you buy it at, you send your crypto through whatever platform, he lose $10, $20. It's no big deal because he only spent $2, $3 for it. People, it's just business marketing. That's all he's doing. He's just leveraging business marketing. And he's leveraging the fact of who he is. And I'm going to be honest, who's not going to move with what he says? Elon Musk is, and again, I want to clarify this whole Twitter thing. Elon Musk, yes, he has made an offer to buy Twitter. They have accepted his offer. The deal is not closed. So to understand what does that mean, the deal is not closed mean that at any point they can retract the offer and say this deal did not work. Because what you guys got to understand too, when you're buying out a company of this size, there's so many people that's invested into it that's private dollars. Everybody got to feel comfortable on an even spectrum to say, I approve this deal and I'm very comfortable with what I'm getting out of this deal based on what I put in. It costs lawyers a lot of money. It costs the state a lot of money to put this in a court system and say, look, we're going to approve this and let this go. Because then if it doesn't go through, there's a lot of money lost. Sometimes billions are lost if the deal doesn't fully get confirmed. So understand how some of you are hyped up by Twitter. If it comes back that Twitter deal will not work with Elon Musk, that stock can tank almost 70%. The stability of it right now is holding on the fact that Elon Musk is 100% by theory buying and will close this deal. So he had to even prove that he could even finance the deal by taking a lot of different components, selling some of his stocks of Tesla, he's leveraging a lot of different areas, getting private equity, whatever the case may be. But if this deal cannot be closed, this is going to be a disaster for the Twitter stock. Dilbert, let me answer his question. If you got any questions, shout out to everybody on IG, Facebook Live. We're talking about the stock market, crypto market, real estate market. Are we in a recession? How do you hedge for it? How do you prepare for it? Can crypto go down to 10,000, 20,000, 8,000? What's happening right now? Why is the stock market tanking so aggressively? Should we buy now? We're not done yet. People don't buy now. The stock market is not done. We got a lot more tanking to go. People, you think your portfolio is down? My portfolio is horrible. It's bad right now. Dilbert says, is it best to buy shares or options? 100%. If you're going to buy in the market, if I were you, I would be buying stocks for sure. I'll be buying shares, because at the end of the day, a share of a stock, no matter what, you still own the share. If you bought it at $10, it go to $1, and you had 100 shares, you still own 100 shares just at $1. The problem with options is it has expiration dates. If it expires, you lost all your money. Because I see that there's some people still trying to play the options market. That's crazy. You're trying to time. Remember, options is a derivative of a stock, meaning it derives from the stock. It has an expiration date. It has a strike price. And at the end of the day, if the market, if the stock doesn't reach a certain price, below or under, whatever, or above, whatever the case may be, based on a certain day, it's like rolling dice in a weird way, but in a legal aspect, you will lose every dollar. This is the worst time, my personal opinion, and I'm going to say it again, to buy or invest into options, my personal opinion. MicroStrategy is going to have a problem at $20,000. MicroStrategy, shouts out to, of course, Michael Strayer. Nabil, you make a great point. If Bitcoin tanks to 20,000, there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to be in a real situation. Because I want you guys to understand how much Bitcoin did Elon Musk buy under Tesla. That's going to be a problem. That stock right now is hovering over roughly $800 and like maybe $20. If Bitcoin goes under 20, there's going to be a lot of companies in a real issue. Because I think Block also bought. There's many other companies that have a lot of Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin drops to $15,000, $12,000, we're in a whole different situation. The market is just going to crash because of these big corporations that bought Bitcoin at $40,000, $50,000 levels, hyping up the world to continuously buy more and more. Michael Andrew in the building. Mike says Sheba and Doge would die. People, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not lying. At the end of the day, if Bitcoin tanks to a $15,000 level or $20,000 level, the way that the whole world will just start selling out positions, Doge will probably die. Shiba will die. People will sell all their accounts into these platforms. They will be selling all night long, losing millions and billions of dollars because their emotions can't handle the fact that you bought something at, 30 cents and it's now at a penny. So hold your horses. I would highly not recommend you buy any more crypto stocks right now. Prepare yourself for the real estate market. If you are a person that's interested in wealth, generational wealth, you're looking for passive income, I highly recommend you be smart about your dollars. This is just educational information. This is not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do. I'll prepare myself for the real estate market that's about to crash, and be smart and get ready to take down a project that you normally couldn't take down. So I'm looking for a $2 million building that drops down to maybe 800,000. That's what I want to take down. I'm looking to have 18, 20 people pay me rent. Instead of me paying right now, that would cost me roughly maybe $3 million. Now, I'm not interested in that. If I could get that same 18 doors for 700,000, 800,000, I want to take that down when the market crash. So when the market crash, I'm not really looking for just a home, another home. I'm looking for building, apartment. That's what I'm looking for. People always need somewhere to rent. Let me see. We got some more comments here. If you got any comments, any questions about the stock market, shout out to everybody on IG Live, Facebook. We got a lot of people on here. You're now experienced the .com bubble, crypto. Michael, you know it best because you see this market go up and down. People, if you are not comfortable in your skin, this market is about to tank very, very. It's tanking now. But this is just a warm up. It tanks, it goes up a little bit, then it tank. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. I can't wait to see Bitcoin hit 2520. I can't wait to see if those same crypto people tell you this is the best thing that you. You're not gonna see none of them on TV, none of them on lives anymore. I can't wait to see what's the next story. People, the next investment for you is gonna be real estate. I'm telling you. Get people to pay you rent. Take down as much, even if it's a condo. Take down maybe 2-3 condos if you can. That was just maybe 200. They dropped to maybe 50,000. Put your 5%, 10% down and have people pay you rent. And hold those properties and just have several people pay you rent. The goal of life is, as you get older, have people pay you rent. When you sleeping at night, you sleeping, having a good night's sleep, you want people to be paying you rent. You just want to go to your mailbox and collect 10 checks. You want people to go to work every month and pay you rent or pay a mortgage to you. That's the game, I'm telling you. Michael Andrews says, many will die, but now this is where Google and Amazon and others that survived emerge. Oh yeah, Amazon is never gonna stop making money when you really think about that, because Amazon at the end of the day is just a multi-billion-dollar entity that just never stops. It just never stops. And remember, their web service is one of the biggest components of their entity. So down to law enforcement use their web services. It's crazy. Amazon Web Services. So it's Amazon will always make money. Will the stock keep tanking? Yes, but the company will always flourish. It's going to keep making money. I think those in crypto commercials were warning signs. This is the top. Too much, man. Hey, this is so true, because we got to really think about it. A lot of these companies were hyping up crypto to a whole different level. Also stocks. Oh, the market is okay. Some stocks were at 50 times evaluation. 40 times what they should have been worth. 40 times revenue, and some of them didn't even have revenue, haven't even sold a car, haven't even sold anything. Some of them didn't even have a building. Some of them didn't even have sales in the stock market, and these stocks were 50, 40 times above. For some of you that think the stock market and the crypto market is down now, this is just the icing on the cake. In the next couple months, you haven't seen nothing. I'm just putting my legs up, relaxing. Tonight, make sure you guys understand, actually tomorrow night, I'm going to be going live talking a little bit more about this, because I'm getting a lot of DMs on this. People want to know, they got a lot of questions in regards to how do you deal with this real estate market? How do you deal with the stock market right now? To me personally, don't buy. That's my best recommendation. Do not buy stocks. Do not buy crypto. Do not. Just wait for the market to fully crash. And then when it crashes and everybody's telling you don't buy, when it fully crash, Bitcoin go to maybe $20, $15, $8,000 maybe, that's when you finally say, you know what, let me go ahead and get a couple of these and wait for the next 4 years when this thing shoot back up again, because you won. Because right now, all the people that bought crypto at these high-ass prices or stocks at these high-ass prices, they are down, and they are down bad. In the stock world, I am down. I made some great income. I should have never reinvested last year, and I'm telling you the honest truth. I should have never reinvested last year back again if I knew this market was going to do this, but nobody knew that this was going to happen. Inflation is a killer. Interest rates are going up. They hit a second COVID last year. The economists know what they're doing. They knew what they were doing. I feel now nobody know how they're going to pull this stunt to tank the real estate market, because by theory, there's so much rules and contingencies to hold the market up. But economics can't lie to you. If interest rates go to 7.5%, it's a wrap. We're going into recession. That's facts. We're going into a recession. 100% we're going into a recession. So you could only lie so much on TV as an economist. Numbers is numbers, economy is economy. So I'm just watching to see what happens when interest rates hit 7%, 7.5%. And I'm saving up, and I'm just patiently waiting till the market crash. And you guys will hear me have a different discussion with you when the market crash. I'm going to be showing you guys what properties I bought and what price were they 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So you guys can see how reckless was the prices compared to what I just paid for it. Mentourme.com. You guys have a great afternoon. I got to get my day started. A shout out to all of you that had great questions. Rod, what's going on? K West was popping the bill. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. So many different names. Robert, Steve, Anti, Chrismo. I don't even know who's who, because everybody got these names now. Shout out to everybody that's supporting the movement, that's learning, that's educating their minds. Don't forget what I said. Prepare yourself by fixing your credit. saving, connecting with a lender, because if the market crash, one thing you will need is a good lender to be able to give you financing to take down some of these real estate deals. Very important. And do not put all those losses on your tax return for next year, because you're going to need a nice, clean, healthy tax return to be able to buy several properties. Be smart, save your money. Don't buy material things if you don't need it. Buy things that you need and focus on making sure you have a healthy savings for the next 24 months of your life. Because if this market crash, you need to be able to put some money in crypto, stocks, and real estate. Mentourme.com. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. I will be going live talking more about this. I got a couple other things I want to talk about. You go by from Mentourme.com. Peace.